Hey, everybody, and welcome to another episode of the Unadulterated Amateurs Podcast. I am Chuck Beeson, and this is Joel Norden.
Hey, everybody.
Hope everybody's having a great day today.
Are you?
It's a little bit warm, but overall, yes.
It was really hot today. It was terrible.
I saw you on the way to work today.
Did you?
Yeah,
You even wave?
I did. I waved.
Okay.
I didn't honk,
Kind of rude.
but I waved. You didn't even see me.
Yeah, I know it, because if you didn't honk. What kind of a Midwesterner are you? Don't honk at me when you see me.
Oh.
You're supposed to honk and then flip me off.
All right, I'm
That's
in.
the Midwesterner way.
I'll send it to you tomorrow then.
I do pass you a lot, though, in the morning.
Yeah, we do. It's pretty much every morning,
Yeah.
at least most mornings. It's fun.
That's funny.
So,
Weird.
since we were missing you last week,
Yeah.
and
I was waiting,
believe me,
I was waiting for you to be done belly aching about the hot day, because no one cares about that. And so I could jump into my storytelling.
all right.
No, first of all,
Yes.
you and my brother,
Yes.
both of you are pieces of shit. So I'll get that out right now. I haven't watched the whole thing at all. Like, I made it like 20 minutes in. You were stressing me out already. More so my brother was stressing me out.
I think that was his goal.
But I did enjoy watching you squirm.
Yes.
My brother's humor is a little dark.
Yeah.
And Chuck was like, oh, please don't say that.
I was like, what is happening right now? I've lost control.
But from what I'm hearing, you guys went after everybody, basically.
Yeah, there was quite a few
And
people.
there's a lot of backfire.
Oh, absolutely.
That Chuck found himself in the crosshairs.
You see, Chuck pays his prices for the wrongs that he's done. Jacob, on the other hand,
He just revels in the chaos.
yes.
Yeah. Because you guys made a comment about my house being dirty. And unfortunately for you guys, that's the one anxiety that my wife has.
The worst part is it really
one.
wasn't even that dirty.
No, just like, was it laundry, I think? Probably,
Yeah.
out there?
I think it was just because you guys were packing or whatnot. And that's literally all it was.
Yeah.
But,
But I made sure she was able to hear that part of the podcast for
yeah, you're great. Thanks, bud.
you. You're like, oh, I'm safe. She never listens to the podcast. I'm like, I know these are taking shots at me, but guess what? It doesn't bother me. And even better, I can get them back.
Yeah, and he did.
And I did. I knew it was good when I let my wife listen to that 10 minutes in, and then she was real sleepy, so we turned it to just music. And we
I'm
got
sure that
home,
woke her up pretty well.
home, and the next day she goes, it really bothered me that Chuck said that. She's like, your brother? I expected that from him, but Chuck, I thought he was better. And then guess what? Shame on you.
Well, I apologized for my wrongdoings.
Don't look at me. I don't care what you guys did. And you were trying to take all the condiments out of my fridge?
I was not. That was all your brother.
Yeah.
Your brother's like, dude. So he said, any of the snacks we can eat? I'm like, yeah. He's like, let's take all the condiments. What?
I was honestly expecting something random like that. Just
Yeah, no.
come on. No condiments. That would be pretty funny. I'm not
Yeah,
gonna lie.
what?
No, I had a interesting trip, to say the least.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. I it was fun,
Mm-hmm.
and I appreciate that I even had the opportunity to do it.
Yeah.
But traveling right now is a nightmare.
Yeah.
I didn't know how bad things were. Just ridiculous. All right, so the first day, we basically had everything packed up. We had dropped the girls off at grandparents'.
Yeah.
And we got one of those deals like Detroit, up in Detroit for the airport. That's where we're taking off from. Where you stay in the hotel, you get free parking.
Okay.
Because it pretty much adds up to be almost the same thing.
Yeah.
Because the parking's like $10 a day. You know what I mean? So we get the hotel, get up to our room, just get in the room, we get an alert on the phone. Flight's been canceled.
Oh, goodness.
Oh, wait, no. I'm sorry. The flight was pushed back 2 hours.
Okay.
But that was going to make us late for our other flight.
Oh, okay.
And there's only one flight into Barbados a day.
Oh, no.
So, yeah. So we had to call the resort. Thankfully, they were wonderful, and they took care of pretty much everything. Like,
oh, wow.
They rerouted everything, and they said, hey, are you guys close to Flint? And I said, screw it. Otherwise, they're like, we can't get you here on time, so we're going to have to push everything a day back. So they rerouted us to Flint. We drove up to Flint and then flew down to Charlotte, and then from Charlotte to Barbados. So got there I was feeling a little weird from the flights. I always feel weird from the flights because of stupid pressure changing.
Yeah.
Do you get that too?
No. I've heard of it. Yes.
Okay. Yeah, so just like, the pressure.
I was always told chew gum and you're good. And
no, yeah. That's normally what I do.
it's always worked for me.
But I feel it was just a little off. I don't know what's going on, right? We landed in Barbados. And again, like I said, for like 2 or 3 days, I felt a little off.
Yeah.
While I was there. And I thought maybe it's just, you're in a complete different climate.
Right.
And it's really humid down there.
Oh, really?
Really humid.
Where's that at?
It's like basically east of South America.
Okay.
It's like one of the southernmost islands in the Caribbean. And technically it's hurricane season in most of the Caribbean, but Barbados doesn't get affected by that. So we went down kind of an odd part of the year. And dude, we had a blast. I mean, there was some weird stuff. Like we got down there, I was really excited because there was like wild chickens running everywhere.
Okay.
Wild lizards. I love my wildlife.
Yeah.
And I'm sure they were domesticated. The chickens.
I remember the chicken that you sent me.
Yeah, the chickens just running all over the place.
You're just over there. It looked like you were just chilling in the resort, and there's just a chicken.
Yeah, and these chickens were on crack, by the way.
What?
3 a.m. They're crowing.
Oh, my.
3 a.m. I'm like, bro, that's the moon. Go to fucking sleep. But no, it was all good. I mean, it was really nice. Then it was like the 3rd or 4th day. Oh, we were swimming in the ocean. We went and swam in the ocean 2 days in a row.
Okay.
And the first like 15 foot of the ocean is like seaweed. Bad.
Oh, my.
From like just getting pushed up on the shore.
Yeah.
And I mean, like you're tangling in your legs and stuff like when you're walking through it. Like it's thick.
Oh, wow.
And it's really dirty, honestly, for ocean, like compared to what I saw in like the Bahamas.
Okay.
So I'm pretty sure it was just kind of the time of the year or maybe the location of the resort that was there.
Yeah.
And where the waves were hitting or something. I don't really know. But once you got past that like 15 foot of the seaweed, it was all just regular water, sand. Sand was phenomenal there.
Okay.
And, but I was messing around. These waves are huge. Like ridiculous. Like, I'm like waist deep, and the wave would hit me and pick me a good 3 or 4 foot off the ground.
Oh, my.
And then just kind of toss you. So it was like awesome to dive into it and try to swim to the top of the wave and just kind of ride it. And then I got creative and I was like trying to do like flips on the, you know what I mean? Like hit the wave, get to the top, do a flip, just random stuff. And sucked in a bunch of water to the sciences.
Oh, geez.
And like salt water, which sucks.
That'll hurt.
It burned.
That'll hurt.
Bad. And then I didn't really recover from that.
Yeah.
Burning just constantly. And then I had like a runny nose and I felt terrible. And then, of course, thank you, Google. We look up, apparently you can get sick from seaweed. Because apparently like carries bacteria and stuff.
Really?
So I was like, okay, I probably got sick from the stupid seaweed, right? Because I've been messing around in it. I mean, there wasn't a whole lot of people out there swimming either. Like, we were like, screw it. I'm like, I'm here. I'm going to swim.
Yeah.
And so I'm like, all right, I'm getting sick from the stupid seaweed. I probably got a bacteria or whatever. And then it was like the 3rd or 4th night. And that was right about the time my wife goes in the bathroom and screams. Immediately, I was thinking centipede.
Yeah.
And it was, I'm pretty sure I sent you the video.
You did?
And giant cockroach. I mean, this son of a bitch was like...
Oh, it was massive from the video you sent me.
Huge, dude. Yeah, it was ridiculous. And it was like in the drain hole of the sink, like the overflow.
Yeah.
So apparently they're not a big deal down there. Because like, all right, cockroaches up here, they get in your house, and because of winter, they infest it.
Right.
And they stay inside, right? And it gets gross. But there, from my understanding, it'd rather be out there in the humid. Like they like that, right?
Makes
And they
sense.
find like moist like roots and stuff, and that's where they kind of stay. So there was an open vent in the bathroom, so we're pretty sure it probably came in through that open vent. Like it's one of those old school slated, you know what I mean, like wood slates.
Yeah.
And there was big old one, and then a bunch of there's like a bunch of babies. We flooded the sinks.
Yeah, I know you were sending me videos of that, and I'm like, burn it down. Just burn it down. Nope.
Yeah, it was pretty disturbing. But, yeah, honestly, I mean, there was nowhere for them to hide. It was all tiles, tile floor everywhere. And so we, checked out all the nooks and crannies, make sure there was nowhere else, and it was just in the sink. So I was like, all right, whatever, I can live with that. But definitely creeped me the hell out, for sure.
Oh, yeah.
And then...
Dude, just the pictures and the videos you sent me creeped me the hell out.
Yeah.
And I wasn't nowhere near you.
Yeah, right. And then, so I'm definitely getting a head cold at this point.
Yeah.
Next day I wake up and I feel like crap. And I was like, okay. So, which sucked because it was a off resort trip.
Right.
And we were supposed to go to St. Nicholas Abbey, and it's like a plantation, and they have like a rum distillery.
Okay.
And just you get some of the history of the island and all that kind of stuff. And my wife's like, you don't have to go if you don't want. I'll just go with a group of people, right? And I was like, yeah, I feel awful. Terrible. So she left, and I'm like, I kind of wonder if I have a fever, but I can't really tell if I have a fever or not.
Right.
Like when I get a fever, I'm shivering and shaking.
Yeah,
right?
You're usually really bad.
Yeah, I am. I'm not good. I don't handle sickness well at all.
Yeah.
So I'm like, I can't tell if I have a fever or I don't have a fever. I don't really want to bring it up to the resort people, because I don't want to, have to go through this whole process. Because I believe you go to a government facility, you test for COVID and all that stuff.
Yeah.
And I'm like, if I have COVID, that's fine. I'll quarantine. But I was like, I'll just quarantine from I looked it up, and we were supposed to be a government facility, and then they actually just have you quarantine inside your room anyways.
Right.
They had some kind of thing worked out with sandals. And I was like, I'll just stay in here then.
Right.
So I was like, all right, I'll stay in here. And she went on the trip. I slept for a good 4 or 5 hours in the day, and then it started feeling like a prison cell. But I was like, it is what it is. And there wasn't a lot of people on the resort, thankfully. And so I was actually she comes back in the evening, and I feel terrible because nobody in the group. There was no group.
Oh, geez.
A taxi driver picked her up and took her to Nicholas Abbey. So she was soloing across the island by herself, which
oh my, that's an adventure.
That is adventure. Yeah. But not something a woman wants to do. Exactly. You know what I mean?
Not something I would want to do.
No,
either.
No, but it's more,
yeah.
So, but the dude was super nice. Took her over there. He even stopped at a couple stands and stuff. She wanted to get some good pictures of the ocean.
Okay.
And when she went over there, and she actually just found it really fascinating, and it was kind of cool. She learned some of the politics and stuff of the island, which is cool. They pay a 7% tax, free education, free healthcare, all that nine.
Oh, okay.
But their road system's awful. They've had a female prime minister on their second term.
Okay, that's cool.
It's kind of random stuff, he's just filling you in, and it was cool. So she's telling me all this, and she took a bunch of pictures, and it was beautiful. She got to see monkeys, which I was actually, I'm starting to realize. I think the kind of because I've talked about this before. We've talked about it, and me not being a fan of monkeys.
Yeah.
It's chimpanzees, mainly.
You just don't like chimpanzees?
There's something about chimpanzees. They bother me. But I don't have a problem with orangutans. And these little green monkeys, I've seen pictures of them, and I'm like, these wouldn't be so bad.
Yeah.
They're little tiny monkeys.
Spider monkeys.
I don't know about spider monkeys.
One. I like
I'm
that.
not sure about, I don't know.
That's one of my favorite monkeys.
The chimpanzees kind of freaked me out. There's that story about them killing the gorillas.
Yeah.
That, you know what I'm talking about?
Yep.
They armed themselves, so it's they made makeshift weapons, and
they just went in and attacked a gorilla family of 3 the one time, and then
they took the one baby gorilla, and then tortured it or something.
Yeah, and it's not an isolated incident.
Yeah, Hell
and
no.
I love gorillas.
Hell no, gorillas are dope. R.I.P. Harambe. Dick so. So yeah, she got back from that, and it was really cool. She had a lot of videos and stuff, like the wiring for the electric at the Nicholas Abbey. The wiring's on the outside of the wall, so they couldn't even tour you in the upstairs because it was not safe because the electric is on the outside of the wall.
What?
Real old school. Yeah.
Oh my.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, that's old school as all hell.
Yeah. So I'm feeling better by that point. So
Right.
I'm feeling good.
Which
And
is
then randomly, sometimes I'd get like just feel like crap.
Yeah.
But it would go away within like an hour.
Okay.
I was like, that's so weird. Like, it's the weirdest head cold I've ever had, but it was not anything crazy, right?
Right.
So we go, and honestly, I didn't even, honestly, COVID really didn't cross my mind. I said I looked it up there, but I didn't really even look that up until a little bit later. But I was just like, I'll just chill in the hotel. I'm not feeling good. And that I was more bummed about that because, like, you're 6 days on an island, and, 2 of them I'm spending in the room.
Right.
Just because I wasn't feeling good. Before that, though, to rewind a little bit, there was something funny. When we came out of the ocean from swimming in there, my wife's talking to this guy on the beach, and I'm come up, and he introduced himself and shook my hand. A real nice guy. Tells us some stuff we could do off resort if we ever wanted to. And he's like, gave some suggestions and stuff. And then he goes, "Do you want any weed?" And I was like, "No, I'm all right," And I was like, "What is happening right
What?
now?" I was
Just
like, yeah, it was
straightforward?
Straightforward. He's like, "You want any weed?" And I was like, "I knew it was illegal, but it's like on its way to being legalized there."
Yeah.
I guess. So I was like, "Whatever, no big deal." But and I was like, no, I'm good. Thank you, though. I appreciate the offer.
Yeah.
It's a Midwestern politeness. And then he goes, "Okay, yeah, no problem. Do you want any cocaine?"
What?
I'm like, no, bro. I'm like, what? And
That escalated quickly.
very quickly. I'm like, I don't understand I've had this happen before, actually, in Ohio, funny enough, at a festival and funny enough, my wife was pregnant, and the person offered her weed, and she said no, and then they upped it to cocaine. "Do you sure you want cocaine?" She's like, "What the fuck? You're asking a fucking pregnant woman."
You just jump from. I say no to weed, so you're like cocaine.
No, that's why I don't get the jump. What the fuck's up with this? Like, I don't get the jump.
Like if I
no
say
to weed,
sure, maybe then you can.
you're like, oh, maybe
think
I'm
that-
interested in some weed, right? And then do you want some cocaine? Lad, maybe you one up it then, but it's still awkward.
Yeah,
But to say no to weed and then yes to cocaine, that's an interesting.
that's an odd jump.
It's like a desperation thing, I think, almost like you're selling. I don't know. So
He's like, hey, here's the stronger stuff.
yeah. He's like, "How about this one?" I just thought it was so funny. I was like, no, we're good, man. Thank you. And then was grateful they weren't super pushy about anything there.
Okay,
either.
that's good.
So that was, I mean.
So when you said no, he's just like, all right, cool.
He asked like maybe 2 or 3 other times.
Okay.
As I'm walking away, "Are you sure? You positive? You sure?" I'm like, "I'm good, bro. I'm good." And then this guy walking away. And then, left you alone. But later, towards the end of the trip, and I'm feeling great at this point. Towards the end of the trip, I decided to go. Cassie was tired, so she was sleeping, and I decided to go out on the beach by myself. And it's about 5:30, and it's kind of weird on this resort because it's like nobody goes out on the beach after the sun's starting to go down, and everybody
Makes
kind
sense.
of puts on nice clothes, and you go out to eat and stuff out on the resort. Okay, so it's like more fancier, and then nobody ever goes on the beach except for the hooligans who are smoking weed. Yes, they were there. Normally, that was more in the middle of the night.
Okay.
Which, I mean, would be a beautiful view. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah.
So
Go smoke weed while sitting on a beach.
yeah. So I'm sitting there on a chair and trying to read, and there's a guy leaning up against the sign. He goes, "Hey, come here." I'm like, "No, man, I'm trying to read." And he's like, "Oh, you're just chilling?" I was like, "I'm just chilling." And I'm like yelling because he's a good 30 foot away, and then I'm realizing he's not coming on a resort because the beach is not the resort.
Oh.
I'm like, "Oh, this is a drug dealer." And sure enough, he goes. I was like, no, I'm good. He goes. I'm like, "I'm good, bro. I'm good."
This is a normal setup for them?
So then I'm like, okay. So I've seen this guy, I saw the other guy, and then I'm like looking, and sure enough, spaced every like 20 yards, there's a dude leaning and just chilling.
Oh.
And there's probably about 12 of these guys lined up on the thing. So then the guy that just asked me would walk away. Someone else would walk up and ask me the same question. I had the same question 5 times within 20 minutes. And I was like, I'm done. All right, so I'm going inside. The resort's huge, so it was easy to avoid the beach, but it was like legit. I was just like, come on, guys. I've said no to 5 other guys.
Let me chill.
Yeah. So I got no reading done, but I got to learn what drug dealers look like. I guess. I don't know. And there was like
they look like everybody else.
Yeah, and it was funny. There's not like nobody was really cursing or anything on the resort, right? You didn't hear that at all. And I wasn't sure. I've heard of there's I might be Jamaica that it's actually like illegal to curse. I can't remember if that's true or not, but I remember a rapper on one of the islands got in trouble for cursing during his show. They were gonna like shut it down.
Oh wow!
I think it was Drake.
Oh wow!
I could be wrong. It might have been 50 Cent or something like that. But anyways, so I'm not sure if that's how this is, right? The last day we go to a French restaurant.
Yeah.
And they did really good on this resort with like bringing people from that culture to actually cook in the kitchens and like.
Okay.
So there's French restaurant, French people, Indian restaurant, Indian people, English pub, English people.
Okay.
So
that's kind of cool.
It's kind of dope, yeah. So everybody else super jolly, and I get up there. We had reservations for this time, and we realized it was 8:00, and I'm like, she's like, we have to get up at 4 a.m. I was like, I'm not going to a because they take forever. It's just island living, right? When you sit down, you better be ready to have a conversation with the person you're sitting with because they're taking.
You're sitting there for
hour and a half, 2 hours.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Oh,
I was thinking 45 minutes. Hour.
No. Like you're just hanging out. You're chilling, and they'll bring your stuff very slowly.
So you're there till midnight.
Exactly. So 8:00 and 11-ish probably. You probably get out of there, right? And I'm like, I'm not going to wake up very well at 4 a.m. for that. You know what I mean? Like, I'm like, can we move that reservation earlier? And she's like, I'll ask. So she gets a hold of the people, and they're like, we're not going to cancel your reservation. We'll just put a note on there that you're going to show up at 6:30. That work? We're like, sure. So we show up at 6:30, and the French guy's like, you guys aren't on until 8. And she's like, well, I asked the person to change it, and they said they were just going to write a note. And he's like, these people are trying to screw me over. I was like, he is so salty, dude. I found a new favorite thing. Angry French people. Love it. I fucking love it. I love it. So we sit down, and he's like, pardon my language, but he's like, seriously, these people are fucking me over. And I'm like, it's the only time I heard cursing this entire trip. It was hilarious. It cracked me up, man. It was funny. But no, I mean, some of the setups were kind of cool. So like it's a couples only resort. And so like I would never be comfortable with this normally, but they sit you next to somebody like really close.
Okay. And
then it was actually kind of nice. Like you just make some random conversation with randos. You know? Yeah. And even though I'm an introvert,
You're an introvert.
Introvert, yeah. It was actually pretty nice. Wasn't too bad.
Huh.
Yeah. But no,
you're out there socializing with random people.
Random people, yeah.
That's interesting, Joel.
Believe it or not, I didn't even hardly drink at all. I had a couple.
Really?
I had a couple. Whatchamacallit, strawberry daiquiris.
Okay.
And there was some random other stuff. But since I was like feeling so off, I was like, I really don't want to drink because I don't want to risk. Everybody on those freaking flights were sick as dude, coughing, sniffling nonstop, and I was like,
really?
Dude, yeah. I'm like, I don't want to get sick. Because I'm like, not only do I have this trip, I'm coming back, we're going to incarceration.
Right.
Don't want to miss out on any of this. I'm like, I'm already feeling a little off from the stupid ocean water, right? And then the night we come back, we go to bed, I can't fucking sleep at all. So it's like 12 o'clock at night. So.
And you got home on Wednesday night, or?
Oh, I shouldn't say go home yet because we're still in Barbados at this point.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so the last
you went back
day,
to the hotel room.
Yeah, after the French restaurant.
Yeah.
And we get back, and it's like 12:30. I'm still not sleeping. And I was like,
oh, geez.
And you know, like when you wake up and you're hungry?
Yeah.
And you're like, I can't sleep now. I need a snacky.
Yeah.
I had no snacks I didn't have any in the resort or in the room. So I was like, I'm going to go to the English pub. So I went till 2:30. So I went down to the English pub, got myself a beer, Stella, got myself some mott sticks and a burger. And then I was like, hey, actually, got to get this to go. And he's like, yeah, sure. So got everything to go. Marched my ass right out to the ocean, sat down, ate my burger, drank my beer, and came back to the room, and it's probably like 1:30-ish now at this point.
Oh, my.
And I'm like, all right, now I got to go to sleep.
You're getting no sleep.
Lay back down, couldn't sleep. Could not sleep for the life of me. Dude, I was all thrown off. So I'm like, okay. I already did this on the trip down because we were supposed to sleep at this damn hotel.
Right.
And we didn't end up doing that. So I slept like an hour or two on the way down, which is probably what initially messed up my whole schedule.
Yeah.
And now I have no sleep going back to the hotel at 4 a.m. Zero sleep. And we get to Barbados hotel or airport. We go through customs, all this shit. I'm just like, I'm in a fog. And
because you got an hour and a half sleep.
Yeah,
basically.
their customs is wonderful. I mean, they just really, I mean, they're pretty chill. And yeah, so then we got on the plane and landed back in Miami. Still no sleep, really. I had like a half hour of sleep on the plane. Didn't sleep real well. And it's only like a 2-hour flight. So it was kind of, because, you take off. You got to wait so you can unbuckle. And then you got to wait for them to bring drinks. Because they're going to wake you up when they basically do that pretty much, right? And I'm on the outer edge, so they're going to talk over me. So
You're on the aisle seat?
Yeah, I'm going to wake up. So I'm like, whatever. So I wait till after then, fell asleep, like I said, 30 minutes. We land, go back through customs, the whole night, running around, figure out where our thing was. And our flight was at like 2 o'clock in the afternoon. We had like a 3 or 4 hour layover.
Okay.
So I was like, all right, let's go get some food. We stopped at TGI Fridays, I think it was. Ate some food. We're sitting there. We have 45 minutes till we get on the plane. Get an alert. Flight's been canceled.
Canceled?
Just straight canceled. No reroute. Canceled. So Cassie calls, and they're like, oh, we have you we put you on a flight for tomorrow. And I'm cracked out, basically, because of the lack of sleep. I was like, there's not a fucking chance. So I stay in a hotel, like in an airport for like 14 hours.
No.
On like no sleep. To give you an idea, I fell asleep leaning forward on my luggage.
Oh, my.
For a 5-minute nap. And when you wake up from a 5-minute nap and you feel like you fucking slept an entire night, it's a problem.
Oh, my goodness.
You know it's bad, right?
You're like, ooh, I feel good.
I feel fucking great. And I'm like, this is not good.
I'm going to crash so hard.
So she's like, hey, we have to be back to get the kids and stuff. There's no way we're waiting until tomorrow. Like, you put us on something else? So they're like, okay, but you're going to be landing in Detroit. So you were on that list, by the way. You didn't make it down to you. But I was like, all right, call your dad. See if he will be willing to pick us up. It might be a little rough. I didn't realize Flint's above Detroit. I always get confused. I think it's below or even with.
Dude, and that was Wednesday night?
Mm-hmm.
Because I took Thursday off, too.
Yeah.
So it would have been nothing.
That would have been the podcast night, pretty much.
Yeah.
And
that would have been, there would have been nothing to it.
You were the next person on the focus. Like, I knew Jake had off, and I wasn't sure about you, but I was like, I knew you wouldn't give two shits about driving up there to pick us up. So I was like, call your dad, see if he's willing to, and then we'll go down the list from there. So she called her dad, and she's like, yeah, sure, no problem. And this is where we feel bad, because during that, in Miami, we land, and my wife's ear pressure is just awful.
Yeah.
And she's feeling terrible now. I was like, that's weird. We get everything rerouted. We fly from, I think it's like Miami to Tampa.
Yeah.
I get off the plane. Get back on a plane. Go to Charlotte. Or no, D.C. We went to D.C. From D.C. to Detroit.
So hold on.
To Flint. Sorry, go ahead.
So hold on. You went to
Miami.
Tampa.
To D.C. Because we were trying to get to another airport that had flights to where we could get to another flight.
So they flew you to Tampa.
Just so we could take a flight to D.C.
And then they flew you from D.C. to Detroit.
And we landed. And then we had no car. So her dad picked us up.
Her dad picked you up and took you to Flint.
2 hours north from Detroit, by the way.
Oh, my.
Because of construction. So we get there.
I didn't realize it was that far.
No, me either. Blew my mind. 2:30 in the morning. And I have had a total, because even on these rides, I'm getting like 20, 30 minutes at best.
Yeah. So you're running on naps.
I'm running on naps. And I've had about like 3 or 4 naps. So maybe an hour in total. And I've been up for, it was a nightmare. So and then she's tried driving. And she can't drive her well because of her glasses. And then lasted like 3 miles. And I was like, get the fuck out. I'm like, I'm driving. Like,
what's wrong with her glasses?
No, like she just can't see well at night.
Oh, okay.
You know what I mean? Like she just, she has good glasses. She can't see very well. And then she says she's stressing out.
Yeah.
And she's not feeling good.
Gotcha.
And she was, very irritable. So I was like, no, I'm driving.
Yeah.
So I'm drive all the way back home. We get home 4:30 in the morning. Afterthought, I was like, we do have COVID tests. Maybe you should take a COVID test. Like the pressure in your head, that's a little odd. So we both did a test or whatever, and positive.
Oh, geez.
I was like, you gotta be fucking kidding me.
Yeah.
So now I'm doing the math, and I'm like, I bet you that's why I felt off when I landed there. I've had the COVID the entire damn time. Just didn't realize it. Thought it was a freaking head cold because all the people on the plane and stuff
are
sick from the seawater.
Yeah.
Which I'm pretty sure that's not it. So I'm like, okay, well, I'm not gonna be able to go to incarceration. That ain't gonna happen. I have 2 days, I think, in the middle of that or something like that.
Yeah.
So I was like, okay, so I feel like a piece of shit now because not only I've been phenomenal with not going out.
Yeah.
And if I got sick at all, I stay home.
Yeah.
And now I just flew with it. And I was at a fucking resort with it.
Yep.
And I feel like a giant piece of shit. And then I felt bad. Her dad drove us 2 hours. We're in the car with him.
Yep.
So she let him know. Thankfully, so far, he doesn't have it. So that's good.
That is good.
And I'm pretty sure it was one of the variants because I read that one of the newer variant is basically feels like you have a cold.
Okay.
It's like way lesser. And they said a lot of people have that. So I'm pretty sure that's what I got. So then I did my math and I'm like, I have like maybe 2 days left until I'm done with the stupid thing, right? So I'm like, I might be able to go to incarceration still. And then Friday morning when I got up, I did a test to make sure. I was good. So I was able to go. I was like, no, I'm going to be safe though. I wore my mask the first day. So I wore my mask, which was fun because you got to witness me almost throw fucking hands over my mask.
That was...
Thank you, Ohio, for making...
That was something.
Yeah. Had some... Ran in the middle of a concert.
Yeah.
Was that Born of Cyrus? I don't think I ever added that to the podcast when we did our...
I don't think that was Born of Cyrus. I don't think it was Right Away.
It wasn't Right Away?
I think it was maybe the second or third band.
Yeah, it was just on that side. It was weird, though. But dude just started screaming at me randomly. I was like, what the fuck is this guy?
Dude, he was hammered.
He was lit. And I didn't realize that at first, though. And I was like, yeah. Where you were standing right next to me with the hat, right? Yeah.
I was right in between you and the guy.
Yeah, I was like trying to get it across. I'm like, dude, I am not dealing with your shit right now.
I think he got the hint.
Yeah, he did. He did. Because I was like, you fucking chill. And he was like, immediately like, stop. And it was like, ooh, give me a high five. And I was like, fuck off, dude. I was like, mind your own business. Like, if I want to wear my fucking mask, I'll wear my mask. I was so hot, dude. So hot. So hot. And you were like, oh, shit. Joel's going to throw hands.
I got excited.
Yeah. You're like, oh, let's see Joel in action here. I got very irritable about that very quick, too. Yeah, it went to like 0 to 100.
It literally, he opened his mouth and said mask, and you were done.
Yeah, I was like, well, first of all, he was like, he was yelling about something before that. And
he was yelling about a bunch of random shit at a bunch of random people.
And then I heard him say, are you fucking kidding me? And I was like, what the fuck is this dude? And I like met eye contact
and that's
with him.
the time he was staring right at you.
Yeah, and he's like, those masks don't fucking work. You're wearing a fucking mask to a goddamn concert. And I was like, you better fucking chill.
Yeah.
And then he was like, oh, he talks back. Dude, I was like, and he tried to high-five me. I was like, dude, get away from me. Yeah, I was salty. Still got a little salt.
He didn't even really say anything to me at all.
I never thought this would be a conversation I would have in a real life thing. I thought it was a social media thing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Yep. I never thought I'd have someone go yell at me about my mask. Maybe question, why are you wearing a mask?
Yeah.
And then I can be like, hey, because I'm wearing a mask to deal with it. Right? And that'd be
because I feel more comfortable wearing a mask or something.
And that's the end of it.
Yeah.
I'm being more polite or something, right? And then no. And no, it was legitimately a social media conversation in real life. But the show was awesome.
Yes.
And it was great.
Concert was fantastic.
Yes.
I had a lot of fun. I'm glad you were able to make it.
I was too, dude. I was like, man, I don't think I'm glad I did the old double test to make sure.
Yeah.
Because those things could be unreliable. But yeah, I was like, I legitimately about canceled. Because I was like, man, I feel so fucking bad that I did all that.
Yeah, you called me and you're like,
it's also
can you hang on a second? And then you called your brother and I'm like, whoa, what is happening? I'm not used to getting talks with you.
Getting merged into a conversation. Yeah.
What is happening?
Yeah, because I'm like, man, I'm pretty sure I'm good, but I feel uncomfortable staying in a hotel room with you.
Yeah.
And I've been really good with this so far. Mm-hmm. I don't know exactly what from the math, it is like the 10th day right now, but
yeah, that's why I was like, well, I mean, if you test negative, I don't.
Yeah. And honestly, it could be I got both my vaccinations and a booster. Yeah. So it could be that I had regular Rona and it just kept it calm.
Yeah. See, I haven't got the booster yet, but I got both the vaccinations. Yeah. So I feel pretty comfortable. I mean, although there has been 2 different occasions where I've lived with people that have COVID.
Yeah, and you still
Had
came out of
COVID.
it, nothing.
And my parents that live right next door to me, they had COVID.
Yeah.
And somehow, some way, being close proximity to everybody, I haven't got anything.
Yeah.
And I even took tests just after being around them.
I remember, yeah.
Because I know some people don't get symptoms. And I'm
Yeah.
like, maybe I'm that guy. So I took tests anyways and nothing.
Yeah. Yeah. You got lucky.
Yeah.
And honestly, I had a couple of cases like that too, where I was around people that had it.
Yep.
And then I was like, made sure I was at home and good and, excuse me. And didn't end up with it. So I was like, maybe I thought the same thing. I'm like, maybe I am,
Yeah.
where you got that, you don't get, my buddy has that. My buddy Nick has that. It's like basically when he didn't even know he had COVID.
Yeah. He got no symptoms?
Went to give blood, and they're like, hey, you realize you got COVID? He's like, what?
That he had COVID?
They're like, yeah, you got the antibodies.
Oh.
He's like, oh, okay. He's like, I wasn't even sick at all.
Oh. That's interesting.
It's such a weird disease,
Yeah. I'm wondering if I was ever, somebody who got it, which I would assume I would have.
Well, I thought I was as well. I went to Riot Fest.
Yeah.
Went to Incarceration last year. Granted, I wore my mask both times at those, right?
Yeah.
This year I did not the full time. I just did the first day just to make 100% sure that I was, I was past that 10th day. I didn't want to, mess up.
Oh, and I'll definitely be taking a mask with me to Riot Fest.
Because of the dust.
After seeing exactly what you're talking about with all the dust.
Yeah.
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah. And I don't think you could ever yell that about your mask at Riot Fest.
No, I don't think so.
This is,
dude, and you said that
wow.
Coolio's going to be at Riot Fest now?
Coolio. I was like, what the fuck? I saw him in 2010.
I haven't seen
it. And it was good, but it was your phone, bud.
Yeah, it's over there.
Oh my gosh.
And it just keeps going off. That's my apologies, guys. I normally mute it.
Do you?
Yes.
Do you normally mute it?
When we're here, yes.
Or does somebody normally bitch at you all the time for having it fucking loud? And this is what he does, guys.
Hold on. No, stop.
No.
You bitched this weekend. You didn't say shit. Because before.
I legit said that's one of my pet peeves. And you said, oh. And you just ignored me in the car.
Did you?
Said, yeah.
Oh.
I yelled at you all the time when we worked together.
Yeah.
All the fucking time about it.
I don't listen.
So what are you, a 13-year-old kid?
No, I just don't remember anything you say because I don't pay attention to you.
Black it out. And look where we're at now. Unprofessional.
Oh.
Unprofessional. Calling you out, Chuck.
Seems.
And by the way, I liked your crooked camera work like last podcast. That was interesting.
I didn't even notice. I think it just evened out the height differential between me and your brother.
Is that what it was?
You got to make the short guy a little higher.
It was the bookshelves in the back that did it for me.
That's what sold
They're
it.
like, I was like, well, someone's camera's a little messed up. Figured out the rest, though.
I'm used to having somebody that's of similar height.
You're used to having somebody do it for you.
And to have somebody do it for me.
No,
Yes.
you did really good rodeo. Road. What is it called? It's not rodeo. It's road. Roadie?
Oh, roadie work.
Roadie work at the hotel.
Setting up the mics and everything.
Yeah, that was actually what I was going to lead into about the incarceration thing. I was actually kind of. I think I really enjoyed doing the podcast.
Concerts with the crew.
Concerts with the crew. Yeah,
I did enjoy that.
We still got to figure out where it falls on our channel wise, but
yeah,
that was fun. You did a good job setting that up, bud.
Oh yeah, that was fun. I enjoyed that.
Yeah.
Oh, did you like my green screen action with the podcast?
Oh yeah, I didn't notice until you picked up Fluffernutter.
If you saw a Fluffernutter, it's actually blue.
It was like a black fuzzy, like
instead of a.
It was like
just a black dot.
It looked like you were holding a black ball of static. And I was like, "What is happening?"
What happened?
I'm like, "What did you do to Fluffernutter?"
Fluffernutter became a superhero.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Happens. My bad.
We did get sent some goodies. Should
Uh-oh.
we go through the goodies?
Yeah, I think so.
You want to go through the goodies, right?
Yeah, I want to go through the goodies.
Should I start with my goodies? Or the random ones that we were sent?
Random ones that we were sent.
Okay, let's do this first.
All right.
You got the box? First of all, I'm pretty sure these were sent to us.
Yeah.
Not 100% sure, but we got some. How could hell be any worse? Koozies. And then a Bad Religion t-shirt.
And Another.
Bad Religion t-shirt. And that was Generated. That's a pretty badass one.
Yeah, that looks pretty sweet.
So that was a pretty sweet surprise.
Although I really like the colors on this one.
See, I was a little confused because I thought we were getting one package.
Yeah.
And shirts are a normal thing in my household to show up in the mail.
Yeah.
So I was like, did I order black Bad Religion shirts? I can't remember. But I'm pretty sure we did not. So shout out.
Yeah.
To Tim.
And then
I'm pretty sure that was him.
I'm pretty sure.
Pretty sure. And if not, you're getting credit for it anyways.
And if not, well, thanks for who sent it. And then this one says...
Looks like we had some kind of... Felt heavy.
From Tim.
Timmy!
Let's see. We got a thank you from Cutini Sauce Company.
Oh, yeah, that is. So it's a hot sauce company.
Oh, my. Yeah.
Ooh.
That's heavy.
Is it all these sauces? Right there, that's on the back of that?
I think so.
Oh.
One way to find out here.
Does this go to the hot sauce fund? I think they got this for us just to see us suffer on live.
Oh, I think so. Oh, goodness.
No,
There's six of them in here.
These don't sound bad, dude.
No.
I'm assuming it's these right here.
We got
Here.
Verde.
Verde.
Ooh.
Okay.
That one should be good. Pineapple.
Oh. I'm an island boy. Just trying to make it. Pineapple. Nom, 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 nom.
Ooh, habanero.
Dude, I don't know why, but we should definitely get some like pork or something to put on the.
Oh, yeah. I think so.
Like a pork taco type deal.
That sounds good.
And this is habanero, like you said.
Yep. And this one's Chipotle.
There's a good old Chipotle. So I'm shaking it up because it's bothering me that it's separated. Now it looks pretty.
And jalapeno.
Jalapeno. Ooh, that's a red jalapeno sauce there.
Yeah. And then last but not least, we got miso.
Miso. What is miso?
Salty, savory, sweet, and tangy. This hot sauce packs a nice umami burn.
Umami burn?
Umami? I don't know. I don't know how to say that word.
Yeah, maybe. Umami. Why you guys sending this stuff with big words in it? You know we got one damn brain cell. Unreal.
Oh, that is awesome.
That is awesome. So, shout out to you, Tim. Thank you so much for the goodies.
Yeah, thank you.
I'm assuming we're going to be trying these next live stream.
Oh, 100%.
If they make it that long. And then I got some random goodies.
Uh-oh. What'd Joel get?
Now, we've been doing this thing with Kickstarter stuff.
Yeah.
That I've been randomly getting. Just kind of support, because we do utilize Kickstarter for our books and stuff. So kind of like a little community, right?
Yeah.
So I got some RPG. Sorry, the light there is a little. It's Iron Kingdom's Shadow of the Seeker RPG miniatures.
Oh, that's awesome.
And dude, Iron Kingdoms is pretty dope.
Yeah.
Imagine like D&D, and then like they have like spell lock pistols. So it's like,
okay.
They like use gunpowder and stuff, but it's like they make it in like magical.
Spell lock instead of flintlock?
Yes, exactly.
Okay.
So it's like spell pistols
That's interesting.
mixed with D&D.
That's kind of cool.
Yeah, very cool. So I was already in love with that. And then, this company is super reliable on Kickstarter.
Yeah.
Like everything I've ever backed from them, I've gotten. And I believe it's Privateer Press. Double check here. Yep, Privateer Press. So there's I'm assuming these are adventure modules. I can't remember exactly what they were. Yes, so Shadow of the Speaker adventure module in Iron Kingdoms. Borderlands Survival Guide, which is a Game Master's resource. Looks like.
Oh, that looks sweet.
And then we got Borderlands and Beyond. Lock and load with new classes and stuff. So this is some D&D action we got going here, guys. So shout out to Privateer Press. Stuff looks phenomenal.
Yeah, it really does.
Did I have something else?
It was though you told me to grab those 2 boxes.
That was it.
That was it?
That was it? That's all we had.
Awesome.
So again, shout out to Tim, and then shout out to Privateer Press for the dope Kickstarter goodies. Love when you support it. Whether it be a company or a person through Kickstarter, and
Oh yeah,
they come through with the goods,
absolutely.
and that's especially when they're high quality like that. That's pretty
those
awesome.
look really nice.
It's pretty awesome. We are nerds, guys.
Yeah. I want to deny it.
I could see you eyeing the books. You're like, oh, jealous.
No, my first thought was, dude, we need to play.
Yes, we do. It's been way longer for me. What are you talking about?
I know it has.
Makes me want to cry inside.
Like, I'm going to play Saturday, but
You're a piece of shit. I have all this knowledge and no time to do it.
yeah, I'm going to play with Jason
Oh man,
and Mike and Jack.
I didn't know Mike was a D&D-er.
Yeah.
Okay, that's
Well,
cool.
he said he played it like once a long time ago,
Yeah,
and then I'm like, dude, you want to play? Like,
is he like playing with Thaco?
with what?
Thaco?
I don't know what that is.
Holy shit, it's like first or second edition.
Oh,
I was
no.
calling him old.
Oh, no, he's
while
not.
being nerdy,
Gotcha.
and you failed to catch up on that.
Yes, I did. I'm not an old nerd, all right?
It's 'cause you tried to
No.
hide it for so long.
Yeah, I did. And then, but I talked to Jason. Jason's like, bring him
show-
into ours.
Did we show off those?
I think you did.
I did. Okay, sorry. Let's make sure.
How could hell be any worse?
Gosh, I love some bad religion.
Oh, yeah.
Well, can you think of anything else? that we're gonna bring
No.
up?
No, I can't.
For a bonus thing, did you watch the Boys yet?
I have not finished
What
it
is
yet.
fucking wrong with you?
I've been busy, man.
You're a piece of shit.
Okay, yes, I'm a piece of
Dude,
shit.
no, dude, I've gotten so many spoilers on Facebook,
Have you?
TikTok. I'm like waiting for you to stumble upon this.
I haven't come across any spoilers.
Also,
yet.
not trying to make this political, but I did tell you about the people, how they like to pick on both sides in the
Yeah.
show, but they're mainly,
Yeah.
in the last episode, does not ruin any spoilers for you.
Okay.
There's a crowd. You know how they've been protesting outside the VA Tower?
Yeah.
So the counter protesters show up.
Oh, goodness.
And in there, if you look really closely, you can see the shaman.
The shaman.
They have. You remember in the Capitol riots, they had the guy that was like wearing a buffalo, like a headdress.
No, I don't.
The shaman. He got arrested. He was like leading the thing or something.
I did not.
Really?
No.
Yeah, and then he went to like jail for it, and then he was
wow.
he was refusing to eat because he had special shaman dietary requirements.
Oh, my.
But they have him in the show.
Oh, wow.
So everybody's joking around that the Capitol riots are now canon in the boys.
That's funny.
Yeah,
I did hear something about a spinoff from The Boys.
Yeah, I was immediately not happy about that.
Really?
Yeah, because I feel like it's just going to take away from the quality of the current show.
It could.
Like if you're doing a spinoff, do it after that show's ran its course.
Yeah.
Not during. Like it's just weird to me. Like Game of Thrones comes out in August here, and I'm not saying it's going to be phenomenal. I know everybody's torn on the Game of Thrones thing, but the new spinoff has been 3 years out or 4 years or whatever after the original show ended, and I feel comfortable with that. Oh, okay, you're bringing me back into this world.
Yeah.
But not during. It just seems like a money grab at that point, and you're going to take away from the
that's fair.
quality.
That's fair.
So shame on you, Amazon. Shame on you.
I get that.
So, but I'll still watch it. I'm not gonna lie.
Oh, yeah,
I'll still check it out. You know what I'm saying?
I will watch that this week, along with finishing up Invincible.
I'm gonna do. I was so excited about it. There's a couple things while I was in Barbados that I was really missing, and one was Fortnite, which is just sad. Okay, that was.
Hey, we like what we like, man.
Yeah. Well, I don't normally like.
Although,
Fortnite. I don't like Fortnite.
That
That's
is
the problem.
odd for you.
I hate Fortnite, or I hated Fortnite, I should say.
And now you seem to love Fortnite.
And what happened was they got rid of the. Do you know anything about Fortnite?
Yeah, a little bit. I played it once.
You could fast build basically.
Fast build.
So like I'm trying to shoot you, and suddenly you're building a house, and you're just like.
Oh yeah, I knew you
go.
could build.
Yeah. And I hated it.
Is there a difference between fast build and normal build, or?
People were just super fast with it.
Oh, okay.
And like suddenly they're like 6 stories high, and you just started shooting. You know what I mean? It's like ridiculous. And they hated it because of that. Well, they came out with a no build game system basically. So it's exactly Fortnite, but it's no build. And I played like during the first season it came out, and it was just very blah. There wasn't a lot going on, and now there's fucking a lot going on. They have this map like packed full of just random stuff. Like you can walk into like a Star Wars village, and there's Darth Vader and stormtroopers.
Okay.
And they have NPCs walking around.
And do they try to kill you?
Yeah.
That's kind of cool.
Yeah. So while you're trying to hunt down all these people and be the last one standing, there's random shit on the map like that. Just random as all get out.
Yeah.
So I'm like, it's kind of fun. And I've been playing that no build one.
I'd want to just go to the Star Wars area.
That's what we've been doing. We go to Star Wars. We kill Darth Vader, who also has the Force and can throw lightsabers at you and the whole nine. And then you kill him. You get his lightsaber.
Oh.
You kill a stormtrooper. You get their blasters.
Okay.
You can find Spider-Man gloves, and you can fucking
climb walls.
No.
Oh, you can just swing.
So it's just random ass shit, just the randomest
Oh
things.
my!
And it's all in just one little game. And dude, I'm like, this is honestly pretty fun.
They still got that Thanos skin that they had.
I don't know about the. See, I haven't really looked into skins and stuff a whole lot. But legitimately, the only reason I played, my buddy was Mitchell. He was like, hey, you want to play no build? Just let me know. I downloaded it, but Jake doesn't want to play with me.
Yeah.
And nobody else really wants it. Everyone's going to talk crap about it. But I heard good things about it. So I was like, yeah, I'm interested. Because I don't play Call of Duty anymore.
Yeah.
And I don't play. Really,
why not?
It's just a toxic mess, dude.
Like, I was never a really big fan of Call of Duty.
I don't really. It's you go into a lobby and you listen to the kids scream the N-word, and then things get like real just out of the. Just I don't know, and then it's just not. It loses its fun. Even the gameplay itself.
I get that.
It feels good to just destroy those kids that do that. Yeah. But then after a while, it's just kind of like.
Yeah, I was never a real
same old shit. The people you're playing with, like you know how I am, like with, like playing video games, like tell stories about it too.
Yeah.
So like, oh, you played Resident Evil, and you were scared shitless, and we could talk about that, and we have a memory, right?
Yeah.
So Call of Duty, I would bring up something that happened, everyone would be like, that never happened. I'm like, see, this is what happens when you play like fucking 6 months worth of video games every day of your life, and you don't remember. So just like for me, it lost its like enjoyability of that.
Like we got the wonderful "you gave me a mannequin" issue.
Yeah, right. Yeah, I gave you some PTSD, right?
Yeah,
you know what I mean. Yeah,
I cannot handle mannequins now, and that is Joel's fault.
And I'm not saying that it doesn't stop me from playing daily, but it also like I just diversify my game playing.
Yeah.
I'm not just playing RPGs. I play a little bit of RPGs, and then on hey, Mitchell's on. I'll play some Fortnite with him a little bit, right?
Yeah.
But it's not just solely one thing, and I just doing it every day. Like I have to.
I can't do that.
Yeah, and I mean I did a lot during the Rona when we had the shutdown.
Yeah.
And because I was just staying in the house and playing with my cousin and Mitchell and a couple other people, and that was fun. But like I said, it was just a lot of it just mixes together, and then you're just doing it to do it at that point. You're not really being closer to anybody. Half the time I get on, they wouldn't even be on the microphones. And they'd just be sitting there. So I'm like, why am I even playing if none of you want to talk?
Right.
I'm not.
Well, I think that's the whole point in gaming for, introverts and stuff like that, especially like you.
Especially online gaming.
Yeah, online gaming there. It's so you're still getting your social aspect to life because we all need some kind of social interaction.
Yeah, or even like it helps with long distance stuff. So like Dan, my buddy Dan, who's been on the podcast before, he lives out like a good 2 hours from me, right? Probably.
I'd say hour and 15, hour 20.
Okay. So, but he's like,
it's a pretty good distance.
He doesn't really invite people out.
Yeah.
And then he doesn't ever want to
And he's
drive.
an introvert himself.
He's really hardcore.
Yeah.
He never wants to drive out. And which is fine, but that gives you an opportunity to play with him still, right?
Yeah. I mean, that's like when I was an hour away too.
So if you both get on and you're not talking, what is the point of me even getting on to play with you?
Right.
I could just play a single player game and be no different.
Yeah, see, that's what, like, me, I struggle with single-player stuff, but I also struggle with getting on and online stuff a lot of times because I like that old-school feel when I'm sitting there hanging out with a buddy and we're just playing video, even if it's a single-player game and we're passing the sticks.
Don't get me wrong, I miss that too. Like where they had, TVs back-to-back.
Oh, dude, yeah.
And you just mess around, like doing whatever. And then Call of Duty was fun.
Back to back or even right next to each other, and you're just
2v2 or whatever. You had 4 TVs set up. My buddy used to do that.
Oh, you had the square
going, yeah. And then you're just talking shit and just having fun, right? And that's a blast. The problem is now is we're older and it's harder to get together as much.
Yeah.
I mean, granted, we're getting weekly for this, but this is a whole different thing. This is more of a business venture, really.
Right.
And that we're trying to make our business more fun.
Yeah.
And light.
Yeah.
And not so
businessy.
yeah. So, yeah, I don't know. So it just kind of lost that for me with Call of Duty and that kind of stuff. And so I more so I'll play like Rogue Company, which is a strategic shooter.
Okay.
Fortnite for fun. Because like, even when you lose, I don't care. I don't even care. Like it does not sit on my soul like it would with Call of Duty.
Yeah.
Where I would lose a match, or I would go like 0-11. Let's say something outrageously terrible, and it would bother me.
Well, I think with Fortnite, it's a lot lighter, brighter, more colorful.
Colorful, yeah.
And you could just tell you're just there for fun.
Yeah.
Whereas with Call of Duty, it's darker.
Yeah.
It's more grim.
Yeah. I'm not trying to be sweaty.
Yeah.
You know. So yeah, no. So I ended up finding I missed that while I was on vacation, but I missed. There's some other random stuff, and now I don't remember because we just went on a tangent about fucking Fortnite.
Yeah. Tangent about Fortnite.
Who would have thought?
How'd we end up here, Joel?
I wouldn't have thought that. I missed Uno.
Oh, your nightly playing
with Jordan.
Yeah.
Yeah, I played. We normally play like nightly. Her, me, and Cassie. And that's always fun. But yeah, you want to wrap this up, bud?
Yeah, we can do that.
Let's go.
And that is all we got for you. That's Joel Norton. I'm Chuck Beeson, and we'll see you next time on the Unadulterated Amateurs podcast. Peace.